こんばんは、皆様。こんばんは。本日、カタカナ、かなシステムや、カタカナ筆順と筆跡を説明いたします。それからその後、必要なポイント、基本的なポイントを教えて差し上げます。じゃあ始めましょうか。Good evening, everyone. Today we will be, as we have told you in our lesson 003, today we will be discussing the hitsujun or stroke order. Hitsujun to hiseki, katakana no hitsujun to katakana no hiseki no seikaku de setsumei itashimasu. I will teach you the proper order. Right now we have here a table. Sa, goran kudasai. Ika, listen well. Ika, hajimemasu. So, shall we start? So we will start from top and then to bottom, and then we go from left to right of our table here. So what we have here is remember, as I have told you in the previous lessons, the only letter that is the only single letter that has an exact equivalent for the Gothic writing or Roman writing in Japanese is the letter N. As you can see, letter N. Goran kudasai. So, as you can see here, I want you to focus on the green part. The green part is where you start writing. It is at the point where you start dipping your pen into your paper, or rather your brush to the paper, and then you start with green and then just follow the direction of the stroke. As I have also said in the previous lessons, I want you to memorize and take emphasis. I want to emphasize the importance of knowing the stroke order. Hitsujun to hiseki wo oboite kudasai. Amina. Ja, ikitsuki. Continuing. So that is N, or in Japanese songs, the N could also sound as un. You can notice that in many Japanese songs, the N, sometimes the end, or more often times you can hear it as un, but if it is adjacent to a syllabary, it is functioning as N. So N. So we proceed. Wa. So it's two strokes, as I have said. Please take note on the green part and then just follow the direction. The green part is where is the starting point. This is wa. This is wo. I'm telling you the wo. As you can see, the wo, especially the katakana counterpart for wo. This is rarely used in Japanese, but the hiragana wo, it is often used, especially if you are dealing with transitive verbs. Later on, I will be discussing to you the transitive verbs used in Japanese language, but it's very rarely that you will be using this wo. But nevertheless, please memorize the stroke order for wo. It's 3 strokes. 1, 2, 3. Wo. See, 1, 2, 3. It's wo. And then that's ra. And by the way, as I've told you in the previous lessons, in Japanese, the tongues of the Japanese people, they cannot pronounce the L. They don't have the L. So instead of L, like in controller you can say it easy, controller, but In Japanese, it's kontorooraa. Remember that in Japanese, you don't have letter L, and the L in the Roman-based language, the L is replaced by R. So I want you to remember this column for R. So ra, that's ra. 2 strokes, ra, ra. Okay, this is re, re. 2 strokes, re, re. And then ru, ru. Please follow the stroke order. You start with that green part and follow the direction. And by the way, you can screenshot this table. You can screenshot this. Again, that's ru. Let's proceed now with re. It's re. And this is ro. You might get confused. The kanji for kuchi or mouth. The kanji for kuchi or gucci for mouth is almost looks like the ro. But don't get confused. There's a slight difference between the kuchi kanji and the ro. I want you to notice the slight difference, because if you focus well on the ro, see it's 3 strokes, 1, 2, 3. The kanji for kuchi it's also 3 strokes, but there's an excess stroke in the horizontal part extending to the right side if you're dealing with the kuchi kanji, but in ro it's not. It's almost like a cabinet with a small footing. See, it's almost like a square with an excess of a footing, like a table. It's ro. So this is ya. Remember in lesson number 2, I have discussed to you in lesson number 2 the ya. Remember the ya? The ya, the you and the yo, they are the dynamics. So likewise, just like in hiragana, I also want you to memorize these 3 dynamics for the katakana. I have discussed the dynamics in our lesson number 2, and now in our lesson number 4, ya in katakana. Okay, ya. So similarly, we also have the you. Please remember this well, the you. And as I have discussed in the previous lessons, this kana writing, the hiragana and katakana, this kana writings was actually a shorthand. When you say shorthand, it's simplified version. It is a shorthand or simplified or derived from the Chinese characters. So you must remember that. So if someone asks you, how did the Japanese learn those katakana, hiragana? It's actually a shorthand of the Chinese writings. Yeah, I will also be posting some basic lessons on kanji. Don't worry. Okay, for now it's you. And now the yo. 3 strokes, yo. See, 3 strokes. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's yo. And ma. Please be careful on the ma. Sometimes there are people who write the ma and a almost the same. Please note of the slight difference. This is ma. This is ma. This is mi. Mi. It's 3 lines inclined to the left. Mi. And the 3rd line is the longest. Mi, like in Mikado Senta. This mu, see, as you can see, this mu is also similar to the Chinese character that means bu or Buddha or private. It's mu, but in katakana we also have this mu, and it's also 2 strokes. Remember, 2 strokes. 1, 2. Again, 2 strokes. 1, 2. Last time. Okay, 1, 2. Remember the mu. And this is the me. What did you notice on this me? It's a shorthand for the me of the hiragana. I'm telling you, this katakana, there are many katakana characters that are actually shorthand or shorthand or simplified or cut version of the hiragana. Just like here, if you will check the me in hiragana table, you can see that this kind of me in katakana is the shorthand for the me in hiragana. So me, 2 strokes. Please remember the directions, not only the order. Please remember the starting point and the directions and the order. This is me. This is the mo. 3 strokes mo. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. Again. 3 strokes. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Mo. This is the ha. 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 2 strokes. Ha. 1, 2. This is the he. You know this he. This is also similar to the kanji or kangsi radical spoon for the spoon. But please take note of the stroke order. You don't start with the vertical, you start with the horizontal. You start with the horizontal and then vertical, letter L. It's 2 strokes, he. This is he. He. We don't have HU in Japanese, but instead the HU is replaced by FU. Fu, 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 fu. Remember, we have discussed the dakten and the hand dakten forms. This fu, if you place a dakten or the quotation, it becomes bu. And if you place a super knot or a hand dakten, a super knot circle, it becomes pu. This is 1 stroke, fu. Again, 1 stroke, fu. And then he, he. This is quite confusing with the hiragana because this is almost the same with the hiragana. It's almost the same. He. As in heri, kopta, heri. He. And the ho. This the katakana ho is once again a testament or a proof that these kana writings are shorthands or were derived from these Chinese characters, just like in ho. How many strokes was that? 4 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then the na. Again, this na is also a shorthand or a truncated or a shortcut version or shorthand version for the na in the hiragana. If you observe well, this one is only 2 strokes. Na. Again, the ni. The ni is also the same with the futats or jin or ni in kanji. Ni, just like in Nintendo, ni, 2 strokes, ni. Nu, this is nu. Much similar with the, just like seeing a number 7. See, almost like a number 7, or almost look like a mix of 7 and fu. Don't you agree? Again, you start with the top and then the middle. This is nu. Once again for the nu. See, it's nu. Okay, and then the ne. Again, this is also another strong proof, concrete proof that the kana writings or katakana hiragana are just shorthand writings, shorthand of the Chinese characters. Because in Chinese character, this is a kangsi radical for altar. But right now we're dealing with katakana, so this is ne. Just like the anime character Shizune or Neji, ne. Okay, and this is one of the simple no. No. Again, a shorthand of the no of the hiragana. No. Just one stroke, but please be careful on the starting point and please be careful on the direction. This is not left to right, but right to left. Just one of the few exceptions of the left to right. No is from right to left. So be careful on that. I want you to memorize the stroke order. This is no. Now we proceed to ta.
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 Ta. Please take note of the correct writing for ta. The reader might get confused if you write a kanji for you that means evening. But this one, just write it, just make the stroke order correct. Write it legibly for you to denote to the reader that you mean ta and not the you of the kanji. This is ta, 3 strokes, ta. See? Now, as I've said in the previous lessons, we don't have the TI for Japanese, but rather, if you want to mean TI, Japanese will just have it either tei or chi, just like in team, chim. So this one is again a shorthand for a Chinese character, chi, 3 strokes. Right to left, from top to bottom, but the first stroke is right to left. Remember the direction and the order. Right to left and then left to right. 3 strokes. One more time for the chi. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now the chu. Have I mentioned in our previous lesson that the small chu is a consonant doubler. It doubles the consonant of the character right next to it. This is a normal size chu, but if you make it a small chu, the consonant of the character next to it is doubled. And what is the effect on the pronunciation? You place a noticeable stress on that consonant. It's like in kraken or rockman, chu. But this one, as if you will not make it a small chu, a regular size chu, tsu. It's not chu, but chu is CHU. This is TSU. Tsu. You notice the third stroke. It's again from not left to right, but right to left. But the order is from, generally, the order is from left to right. 1, 2, 3. See? And then the te. Just like in terebi. Fuji terebi, teriyaki. And have I mentioned that the katakana is basically used for gairaigo or foreign words or words non-existent in Japan or loan borrowed words, just like in kontorooraa, Freya, America, Philippine. The TB, terebi. This one, te.
To.
This one is to. This is to. 2 strokes to. Okay, you see, it's the order is from left to right. To. And then sa. But did you notice it's also a short, the sa in katakana is quite similar with the sa of hiragana. So as I've said a while ago, basically the katakana writings are shorthand writings derived from the Chinese characters and derived also from the hiragana. This is sa. Once again for the sa. 3 strokes. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. Okay? The she. So, this is quite confusing. Remember the N? Have you remembered the N? Okay. Top, and then the direction of that arc is from the lower part going up. But in the she, I want to take a look at she. She, yeah, she. Oh, the she. Okay. See? But how about the so?
So.
You see, in the she, it's from the lower part to upper, from bottom to top. But the two small lines there start from the top to middle. That's the she, and this is the so. So again, it started with the right to left, but going downwards. So, and you might get confused. So I want you to take details for the reader not to be confused on your so and n. This is so, and this is n. This is n. See, n. This is the so.
So.
Have you noticed the larger angle for this saw? The N is almost like a 45-degree angle, but the saw is almost like an 80-degree or 70 degrees angle from the horizontal. Now this is the se.
So.
I want to see the se. 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 You start with the horizontal part and then vertical. Se. 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 Okay, that's se. And then the su, like in supa, supermarket, supa. Supa nga arimasu ka? Is there a supermarket? Konohen ni supa nga arimasu ka? Is there a supermarket around here? Where's the supermarket? Supa wa doko desu ka? Supa, su. So it's two strokes, just like a fu, but you place a feet going downwards. Su. Okay, su. Then ka. Another one to be careful of. The ka of katakana is almost similar to the kanji riki ryoku. Riki, that which means strength, and this one is ka. But the ka in hiragana, as you can observe, it has a small arc at the right part, but the ka in katakana is more like similar to the chikara or ryoku, riki, or meaning strength in kanji. But please make a slight difference between the katakana ka and the chika or ryoku, riki, strength, kanji. This is ka. Please take note of the details. Okay, you see that vertical arc is the second stroke. It's only two strokes. And then the ki, like in kido, ki. The mi is leaning to the left, but here the ki, notice the first two lines, it's leaning to the right. And then finally you end it with a slightly leaning to the left inclined line, that slanting line. It's three strokes again for the ki. 3 strokes. 1, 2, 3. Again, ki. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Ku. Ku. Just like in Goku. Goku. Ku. Son Goku. Ku. 2 strokes. Ku. Ke. As in cake, keki, cake, cake, keki, ke. 3 strokes. You start from left to right. 1, 2, 3. Again, ke. 1, 2, 3. Again, ke. 1, 2, 3. again the ko.
Ko.
A very common katakana, ko. Please memorize this, ko. It's two strokes only. From top to bottom, ko. Again for the ko. See, ko. Okay. Now we go to the vowels. Vowels, a. So have I mentioned a while ago that the N, it can be represented in single letter in Japanese, but aside from N, we also have the A, E, I, O, U, or the 5 vowels, the A. Notice on the A, it's quite similar with the Ma, so but the lower part of the A must be lengthened. See? A, this is A, one of the vowels, A. And then E. The stroke is from the right to left, E, E. And then the U, U. You know, in Japanese, if you want to say W-A, W-E, W-I, what you have to do is you write an U, just like here, you write an U, and then at the lower right portion of that U, you write the corresponding vowel katakana. Just like if you want to say we, after the U, you write a very small E at the lower right of the U. It will be pronounced as we. Similarly, if you want to mean we, in this U, you will place a small I at the lower right of the U. Okay, that's again, sorry. For the U, once again, 3 strokes. 3 strokes, okay? And for the E, it's almost equal to the U, but may I emphasize the difference in U. The first stroke is extending well to the right. The first stroke is extending to the right. It's almost like an I of the Roman writing with a serif. That's E. This is E. And the O, it's almost like a sai. A sai or age for sai kanji or age kanji. But right now we're dealing with the katakana. So 3 strokes for the O. Again, for the O, 3 strokes. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's it. Now okay. So that's it. Now I want to show to you a small note here. Also, since Japanese doesn't have any spaces, unlike in Roman writing, in Japanese you don't have any spaces. Sometimes the symbol, so what would be your separator if you're not allowed to use space bar or spaces? The separator is a dot. You see that dot? The symbol dot is used to show spaces like in rock and roll. Rock and roll. So there should be a space between the rock and the end and the end and the roll. So rock and roll. So you should be using 2 dots as a separator for rock and roll. Rock and roll. Using the symbol is completely optional. So sometimes nothing will be used at all. But for simplicity and so as not to confuse the readers, I personally recommend that you use the dot, especially if you're dealing with onyomi readings, or if you are trying to emphasize names that are written foreign names written in katakana. And also I want to show, as I have discussed earlier, I want to show some few notes to remember with regard to katakana. All sounds are identical to what they were for hiragana. So as I've said a while ago, the katakana has sound counterparts just like in hiragana. As we will learn later, the wo is only ever used as a particle or a preposition or particle, and all particles are in hiragana. By the way, you don't use, when you're dealing with particles, you don't use katakana, but rather you will use hiragana. Therefore, you will almost never use the wo, the katakana wo, and sometimes it is ignored. Okay, unless you're using very old telegrams. The four characters shi and so, shi and tsu, so are fiendishly similar to each other. So basically, you have to be very keen on the differences. Okay. And the characters no, me, nu, no, me, nu are also something to pay careful attention, as well as with the fu, wa, fu, wa, fu. Have you seen the similar in strokes? In the u, 3 strokes. For the fu, 1 stroke, and for the wa, it's 2 strokes. They all look similar, but no, they're not actually similar. You must distinguish it. Okay, you must learn all the stroke order and direction. Sometimes the dot is used to denote what would be spaces in English. And then for our lesson today, this is the last part, the long vowel sound. Long vowels have been radically simplified in katakana. Instead of having to muck around thinking about vowel sounds, all long vowel sounds are denoted by a simple dash. So quite simple, but this dash is relatively longer than the usual hyphen in English. Just like in tour, tuwa, tour, tuwa. In mail or email, meru, meru. Notice that I pronounced the meru. I prolong the e, meru. And the cake, keki, keki, cake, keki. So in summary, all long vowel sounds in katakana are denoted by a dash. For example, cute would be written in katakana like so, cute. And I also have mentioned a while ago about the small a, small e, small u, small e, small o. Okay, due to limitations of the sound set in hiragana, some combinations are being used, just like in t, in d, as I mentioned a while ago, the t, just like in here, in woka, woka. What you mean here is you want to pronounce a word, an English word that starts with W. So in woka or walker, so you would start with letter U and just place a small vowel like O, woka, and not woka. And also you can write violin as either, okay, you can write violin as either bayorin or bayorin. Because in Japanese, and if you're dealing with katakana, the way to write a letter V or victory counterpart in Japanese is you will place a dakten or quotation mark. You will place a dakten on the upper right portion of the U to make it sound like a letter V, and place the corresponding small vowel, just like here, bayorin, bayorin. So the first is va, it's almost like va, va. So that is small u with a dakten form, and then immediately follow it by a small a. So the u now becomes virtually a v. So that's va, vayorin. Doesn't matter however, because of almost all Japanese people will pronounce it with a B sound anyway. So either you can use the ha with the dakten to make it ba, or the u, and the u you use a dakten form for the u followed by a small a. Either way, Japanese will just pronounce this with B. Okay. The following table shows the added sounds that were lacking with a highlight. Other sounds that already existed are reused as appropriate. So you see in the column for V, violin, va, V, W, okay, the W, the virtually W sound, you have to be keen on the vowel part. Just like in U, you place a letter I katakana immediately after the U and make it small. So as I mentioned, if you want to say we, so first use the U and then immediately follow by a small e. So that is equivalent to the we. Similarly for the wo, just like in woka, the U is followed by a small o. See in also other tables, the fa, just like in famiri mato, famiri konpyuuta, fa, fu and small a, the fi as in Philippine, the fu and the I. Okay, please screenshot this table. Just like in Jane though, Jane. So you probably would be using the J. So that is G and then immediately followed by a small E. G plus small E is how you construct a J. See? Just like that. So notes that there is no wu sound. For example, katakana for woman is written as uman. Yeah, there's no wu sound. While the tu sound as in tu can technically be produced given the rules as to, foreign words that have become popular before these sounds were available. Simply use chu to make do. For example, the tool, for instance, tool or chur is similar to chua, chur, to emphasize the last part, chua. And back in the old days, without these new sounds, there was no choice but to just take characters off the regular table without regard to actual pronunciation. On old buildings, you may still see birching, but in Japan, especially in Tokyo, building, you can just see the katakana beer, but that is not the beer. The beer is with the hyphen. This is beer, birching. Instead of the modern spelling, bearding. See in the bearding here, in the bearding, they have used, because there is no direct di in Japanese, so instead he has used the de and then combined with the small I. So what is the effect of de? The te, then you place a dactyl form and then immediately you add a small I. So that will be an equivalent for di. So hence bearding. Okay, some example words of katakana: America, Russia, cheating, chua, company employee, salaryman, company employee, Mozart, mochwat, car horn, crack sofa, Harrowing, fried or potato. French fries is made from a potato, so you said potato as potato. The fried French fries is fried potato, so the katakana part is you make a katakana for the fried potato. Fried potato. Okay. So for now, this is our lesson. Thank you for listening, and may I request minasan for you to press the like and press the subscribe and press the bell button, and please subscribe and recommend this channel to also to your friends. Thank you minasama. In the next lesson, I will be discussing we will start to discuss on the basic kanji characters. See here in kanji, so in some lessons they don't include kanji, but in my channel we will be discussing the basic and the intermediate level kanji, and hopefully the N2 level for kanji. So one by one we will discuss those kanji characters, and if there are times we will also deal with the Japanese bunpo, Nihongo bunpo, or grammar. Okay, so for now, thank you for listening. Go shichou kudasari, arigatou gozaimashita. Mata. Until next time, bye bye. Ja ne. Mata.